Well, it's April 1st, and we're in second week of quarantine here, especially in Texas. And this is not being an April Fool's joke. This is some serious business. So we're all housebound and watching a video over at Valley Forge. Jerry Kilpatrick on Monday morning, and he came up with an awful good idea. And then his title, he's asked us guys with the machinist tools, shop, etc., metal shaping, to contribute some time, 10 to 15 minutes max, so we can put some cheer back into our lives and share with others and take our mind off of this coronavirus. So his request was we call it the quarantine quickie, and that's what we're going to do today. That will be the title. I don't know how you good folks are going to find it. I typed in quarantine quickie, and there is a lot of participation. People doing artwork, needlepoint, things to take our American minds off of our stressful lives we used to have. We should all be appreciative that this country has not got the widespread that overseas and Europe has. But that being said, behind me, we're going to start with that. Part of Jerry's request was we would incorporate in our video some of the things that we have either modified, made DIY, tool, machinery, or whatever that made our lives more simple, and share with y'all. So we're going to do that by starting with that South Bend 9 1936 behind me that has been totally modified. And I'm going to do my best to video this within a short time frame of 10 minutes. So that being said, let's move the camera and we're going to get over here. Pardon me, got to get up, I'm an old guy. This is the South Bend 9. It was a basket case when we bought it going on almost 4 years ago. Doesn't have the quick change gear, on it. It's all manual gear for setting up on threading, etc. This is a little bit of custom light fixture a good friend of mine gave me off of his Roadrunner. Did an excellent job. It was a nice gift, and mounted it on the old porcelain Maytag background board. This, of course, has all been redone and modified. When I say DIY, this is a treadmill motor, 3.65 horsepower. Got a power supply on it and a potentiometer setting up here. I am going to move them. I've put them there in a reason. My grandkids love to come out here, and I didn't want them reaching down here where the normal controls are. As they get older, I will get those out and move them down. Let's go over here to the table. And today's tools that I've got out a few of is just strictly going to be old measuring devices. Let's start up here with this Stewart Warner measuring RPM. Every machine shop but don't have one of these. These are a must for us. That way we can do our RPMs on our spindles, etc., and not have to count on reading the charts, etc. Everything I own is set up on potentiometers, so I can dial in with that real fast. That being said, here we have a Federal dial indicator. Very nice piece. Here we have another Federal that was in for hundred thousandths, and this one here is a metric. Very tiny little piece. Always wanted to have a metric just in case I need it. I have not even used it. Most everything I do is in US standards. Up at the top here is another little dial indicator, a GEM, G-E-M, made out of Cleveland, Ohio. Very pristine. Love that to measure. And again, all this is about measuring either speed or measuring distance. Here, everybody's probably familiar with the speed indicators from Starrett. I've had this a few years now and don't use it very much since I have the Stewart Warner. Here we have some more Starrett. These will be, of course, the arm fixtures, points, and everything to set up dial indicators. Here we have some just straight 6-inch metric on one side, and the top one, and centimeters on the other side. And the little 5-inch there is all in thousandths. It measures on both sides. Very fine. It's hard to see with the lighting. Got a set of feeler gauges for you youngsters. No, that's not a fan. This is a device that would measure your valves, clearance, distance, and other things. Not a fan for your mom at church on Sunday. That is made in China. Sorry. Okay, let's go to the top. This little 1-inch caliper micrometer, has been in the family for years, and comes in a little pristine box. It is a Reed. If y'all are not familiar with the old Reed company out of Worcester, Massachusetts. Here we have a hellasteric. This is a metric. Only goes up to 10 millimeter. Does have the stop and the thumb ratchet. Very good little piece to have in a toolbox. A Mitsutoi here. Bought this at a garage sale or a yard or some kind of sale. Wasn't off eBay. Works very well. Very clear to read. The dial indicator here has broke over the years. I just depend on the barrel to read it. Here we have some calipers. Best tool, and that one has the, if you can see it all right, fine, has the stop for the needle, and that way we can loosen it. Of course, all you machinists already have these, but some of the kiddos don't realize that these were the tools of the trade back in the old days that built planes, the space shuttle, etc. And this one, of course, this is a Mitsutoi that doesn't have the stop. That's a 6 and a 5. Here we have a Starrett, a Trammel. Love this thing. We can set up here 6, and there's the 4, and this is adjustable. This is a very handy tool. You can put this on any different length. I do have a steel 12, 18, 24 scale ruler, but today's video I'm not going to put it together. And then, of course, we have the 4.5 Mitsutoi big micrometer, 3.4 and 2.3 here. These all go into a real nice tool chest, and they are protected from wear and humidity, etc. Now we're going to some more trammels. Here's the inside caliper. Can take this and unscrew it. This will turn around and has a milled slot and turn over, and you can measure outside, measuring like a valve stem head, etc. Nice little piece. These others, we've got a Pexto, the long one, which is some of my granddad's. He did a lot of woodworking, and that was a very useful tool for him in his woodworking shop. Most of these, here's another inside. And this one here, I have not pinpointed. I've had it a long time, but this is deliberately offset on this trammel, and it fits like a Acme 4 thread per inch, like you'd have on a lathe. Don't know. You guys give me a comment if you can tell me. But if I hold this up, you can see it's offset. It's not true. It hasn't been heated. It hasn't been bent. Everything else is true. But I'd be glad to know what that one is. Here we have a Bosch. This Bosch is for measuring also. It's for measuring fuel pressure through the injectors. Do a lot of Mercedes customer work, and over the years rebuilding my own injectors. Another one here. Spent 4 days building. Just decided I needed a more expensive, better one that this would come around, and if it popped off at 2,000, that needle would stay, and then you could push the release button. So that is very good Bosch. Love the Bosch company. Here is some more measuring devices. This is LS Starrett. This is a Brown and Sharp, and this is a Stanley. Somewhere I have lost the other part of the Brown and Sharp. I think was on this end as well. I'll have to find it. This is not for measuring per se, but this is a round, let me scoot back. That's a roundabout that you could take up to a 4-inch diameter pipe, wrap it, mark it, scribe it. On the other side, I won't unroll it today, is also some measuring marks in that leather. This is not anything to do with measuring. This is an old scribe set that been passed down from my father over the years, made in Germany. Very nice piece there, high quality. This has a carbide scribe tip here inside here. Can also be set up with this one for lead, so you can do circles and transfer, you know, marks on a circle. This, of course, everybody knows what's, this is the numbers have just been wire brushed so much they're off, but this was an LS Starrett spring-loaded center punch. And the reason I have it out here is this is what puts the knurling on smaller, up to 3/8. I can get almost to a 1/2 inch, but 3/8. And this is a Brown Sharp knurling tool. For DIY, I'm gonna come over real quick. This is my self-built English wheel. Might be a little bit ridiculous to some people, but it works fantastic. This is a J.D. Wallace old radial arm saw from the 50s. I believe it was actually 49. My granddad got this. I don't know, not enough history in the family. But of course, we have travel. Excuse me. Here's my top 8-inch wheel. Here's my bottom, which is adjustable. Have all 6 different sizes of dies up here in this big old box. And this slides in and out. I can get 36-inch, or I can come all the way back up in here within 10 inches. The wheel would be about 10 to 12 inches when it's coming in full shallow. And last but least, this is the Pexto. Has nothing to do with measuring, but we're kind of showing some of our old tools. I refurbished this a couple of years ago, and now I'm probably going to part with it. It's so massive, it takes up a lot of shop room, and I don't need to roll anything with these big dies. This is just way, way too heavy, and I only have the one set of dies. So anybody watching these videos and you see Bear's Rod Shop icon and would like more information on them, well, please leave me a comment, maybe even email me. We'll arrange that. I can put my email address somewhere there. You can email me directly, and we'll talk about maybe selling this nice Pexto 617. Thumbs up to everybody. Let's all keep cheering on. Thanks, Jerry Kilpatrick over at Valley Forge for suggesting this. Maybe it'll catch on. We hope it does. Maybe Tubal Cane, Mr. Pete, he does a lot of videos, but I don't know if he realized about this quarantine quickies or not. But if we guys have a few minutes, maybe one video a week would even help. And we're all going to get through this. So please subscribe if you do like Bear's Rod Shop, and comments. And we are going to try, I'm going to do a sneak view, one more video, maybe early next week. And that's that little pile of tools there. I got box after box. That's Grandpa's old hand braces, and he's got hand planers and stuff I haven't dug out in years. And this is a good time to start cleaning up, getting everything organized, possibly even selling, because I'm not getting any younger, and let somebody else get good use out of it. Keep cheers, America. Come watch the Quickie, quarantine quickies, and let's participate. And I like some of those other ones out there as well. See ya.